Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre, Pace Farm the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online. G'day and welcome to the show. You're about to see a little broad section of Europe, starting with a classic Benz, a Fiat, and then a Beetle in this week's Classic Restos on the road. And the first German cab off the rank in this week's TV episode is this pretty cool 1972 350 SL convertible Benz, owned by this bloke here, Mick Cooper. Mick's a painter by trade, and his colourful life of splashing the roller around has given him a pretty laid-back lifestyle. His partner Rhonda, of many years, also likes getting out and about, and when they both can, Rhonda and Mick love travelling around this great country of ours in their motorhome. Cars have been a big part of Mick's life. Like many of us, he goes back many years admiring the shapes, the styles, and the evolvement of cars over many decades. Of course, these cars now are our classics, and when Mick puts the paintbrush down, he slips on another coat, pardon the pun, and enjoys his beautiful Benz. How are you, Mick?
Oh, very good, Fletch. How are you, mate?
Great.
All right?
Yes, mate, absolutely. This Benz of yours, 1972 350 SL. What a beautiful car.
Yeah, mate, it goes well. Yeah, I've had it for a few years now, and
Now, this car means a lot to you, doesn't it?
yeah, mate, I like my second girlfriend, really, mate. I'll never leave her alone, mate. Take her everywhere I go.
You've never had an argument with it.
No, mate, that's true, Fletch. Good on you.
How cool is this? Convertible Benz, 1972, 4.5 litre V8, got a nice sound as well. It's the real sports car, Mick, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, mate, yeah. Yeah, got a nice little note on it and goes well, mate. Everything goes well on it.
Interesting too, when the Benz came out in 72 for this particular model, that only an automatic was available, no 4-speed.
Yeah, well, I wasn't quite... Yeah, someone told me that, but I didn't know that for sure, Fletch. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, I don't think that really matters. But
No.
when we see a convertible car listed 2-door and think of a 4-speed, but hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
It is, mate. That's all you can get. That's all you got there, mate. That's for sure, Fletch. Yeah.
Now, how does it drive as a car, Mick?
Unreal, mate, yeah. Likes to drink a petrol, mate, need a V8, but otherwise it's good, mate. Really.
That's okay. That's what we want. Things have got to drink the fuel. We've got to look after the guys that work in the refineries, Mick. Classic Restos stands for employment.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, I love a beer now and then too, a bit like the car, mate.
Now, 1972, some innovations for Mercedes Benz back in the day. They were very conscious of safety features. Their crumple zones in their body shells were quite active in their design. So a bit of a good turning point in 72 with some new innovations.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't know a great deal about them, but I heard that, and I believe the doors are all relined and to take a bump here and there if you get hit up the side, you know, in the side of your doors and that. So I don't know that for sure, but I got told that. So.
And I've always said this too about Benz, not just because I'm interviewing your car, Mick. They've always been a heavy car, a well-built car.
Oh yeah, they're solid big buggers, mate. They're solid, real solid. Yeah, they'll take a bump, you know. They're good.
Interesting, when you look at 1972 with the 107 series, this was in fact the longest series that Mercedes ran. It went right through to 1989.
Yeah, someone told me that, but as I say, I'm not really up with this, you know, things like that about the car. But yeah, that's a good car. Does me well, drive me around. And
What do you love most about this Merc?
I think just the shape of it, mate. You know, it's got a beautiful shape in it, and being an old car, like it's getting pretty ancient, but everyone loves it. Everyone just looks at it and say, "Oh, we love that car." You know, we love it. The older people, they really love it. Yeah.
It still drives well today.
Real, mate. Yeah, beautiful to go, mate. Plenty of power. Love to drink that, as I said before. Love to drink a petrol, but otherwise it's good, mate. Real good.
So we're looking at a fuel-injected V8 under the hood here, Mick. We're looking at overhead cam.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty revvy, 4.5 litre.
Oh yeah, mate. Goes well. Yes, you got plenty of get up and go in it, mate, for sure. Plenty of power. Yeah.
And also for the year, a 3-speed automatic box as well.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, no, it's a real good car, really. Been.
This is the thing. These cars started becoming heavier, like a lot of cars did in the 70s. I think around about 200 kilos extra in weight than its predecessor. And to compensate for that, they went for the V8. So it was more about smooth, effortless torque. That was where Mercedes were heading at the time.
No, it's a beautiful car, mate. I've had no drama with it at all.
And that's a testament, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good, mate. Good.
Mick, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you this afternoon. I can't give you a Holden Legends cap, can I?
No, mate, I'll have to keep the old Mercedes, mate. Thanks anyway, Fletch.
No, that's all right, mate. No, you're more than welcome. And, you know, I love this. This is fantastic. It's a great car, two-door car, sporty type car, V8. You've had it for years.
Want, mate. Yeah, exactly. That's my pride and joy, mate. She is, for sure.
Keep on living the dream.
Good on you, mate. Thanks, Fletch, again, mate.
Thanks, Mick.
Bye, mate. You know, I just love the car. I love driving it, being a V8, and it's got the power. You know, and everyone looks at you when you go down the street because it's pretty eye-catcher. The wind's blowing in your hair and you got the power underneath you. You put your foot down and the car goes, you know. You can hear the muffler exhaust system and it just flies, mate. It's just a beautiful car to drive, they are. Even though it's an old car. But, you know, it was really good car. Oh, well, it goes back to the 60s when I was doing an apprenticeship with my brother, and he had an old red Mercedes and he bought it down at Marshall Motors, Parramatta. I don't know if they're still going now, but he bought this beautiful red Mercedes in town. He was about 60, 61. You know, it was a real eye catcher. Everybody loved the old Mercedes, you know. So ever since then, I loved it, but this one came up for sale, so I bought it. And that's my second girlfriend, really. It's beautiful, mate, really good.
From an early age, I knew some cars were a statement of style and elegance. This is my SL63, my most prized possession. Friends say it's more like an obsession. It's my car, and I absolutely love it. I'm a motoring enthusiast, and Shannons is my insurance company.
Shannons shares your passion. Call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
When it comes to cars, there are some brands that will remain with us forever, no matter what. The Holden was always Australia's own car, held high in the hearts of many. Those lines, that chrome, the stories around them, and the people that owned them. From the classic through to the final, you can still trust in genuine Holden and AC Delco parts, available through the Holden Certified Service Network. Welcome back, and now it's time for something completely different. Here we have Les Cooper, Mick's brother, and his sporty Fiat X19. But before we have a chat to Les, here's a little bit of information about this extraordinary little car. The Fiat X19 was developed from the 1969 Auto Bianchi A112 runabout concept. This was styled by Bertone under the then chief designer Marcello Gandini. This fun Fiat X19 is obviously a two-seater car, and it's also a mid-engine car, which gives it total permission to enter the sports car category, because Fletch said. Designed by Bertone, this fun car was manufactured by Fiat from 1972 through to 1982, and after that, Gruppo Bertone through until 1989. With its transverse engine and gearbox in a mid-mounted rear-wheel drive configuration, the X19 was complemented for its balanced handling. The almost bug-eye retractable headlights were another cool little feature, and the lightweight removable hardtop could be removed and stowed under the bonnet. And if you need a place to put your bag of cement from the hardware store, or the picnic basket with your finest Shiraz, cheese platter and blanket, there are handy front and rear storage compartments. Another fun fact as well, this was the first Fiat that was designed from its conception to meet US safety regulations, then sold into 49 states there. G'day Les, welcome to today's show.
Hello, Fletch. How you going?
Great mate, great. Cool little car.
Not bad, is it?
How good's this? This man, not only does he have the Fiat X19, but you've also had it from day one. You've had it for 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years, and still going good.
How many Ks you got on it, Les?
395,000, something like that.
See, I knew that, but I just had to ask you. It's in remarkable condition. To me, you wouldn't ever credit that it's done over 300,000 Ks. Then again, we have to take into consideration too, 40 years is quite a long time. The paintwork is just so smooth. It could have left a paint shop last month and I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's true, Fletch, but I put a lot of wax on it all the time, about twice a year.
Now, 40 years ago,
Right.
obviously this car would have been head-to-head with the TR7.
Yes, they were. Yeah, they came out England. They brought out the TR7s and I think TR6s too all came out. And then I think the Japanese tried to bring the little Mazdas out, but they couldn't get the mid-engine right. Well, you know, they got a good mid-engine and they're really good.
Because the TR7, they had a big profile, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Because over in England in the 70s, they brought them out, the TR7, TR6s, really nice cars.
Now, when we look at a car like this, it's the sort of car that I guess you kind of could forget until you see one like this and then appreciate how sporty and fun it must be. As you mentioned, it's a 5-speed manual car. It's mid-engined. It's got a fairly short wheelbase. It must be like a go-kart, really, Les.
It is, yeah, it goes like anything, you know, and handles, you know, it's like a train on a track.
What made you buy this car?
Well, I had a 124 Fiat back in about 74. And, you know, it's a good little car, 124 Sports, 2-door. It's terrific, it was. I was happy with that, and I finished up selling that. Went to Darwin, did a little work up there, miles away, so I better get a little Fiat. And I'm talking to one of my mates in Sydney, and he said, geez, you want to check these little Fiats out, Les? I said, I wouldn't mind, you know, checking them out. So he got a brochure on it for me, gave it to me, and I checked it. I thought, this is really nice. It took me 6 months to get it in.
There is no doubt that these cars keep all of us young. They have to. They're living proof here.
That's it. Yeah, you're right too, mate. I don't look a day over 80, do I?
No, you don't. Now, over the 40 years, has it... We know, Les. Over the years, has it been a reliable car? What's the worst thing that's happened to it during that time?
Gearbox, Fletch. Yeah, would have been about 10 years ago. The gearbox went on it. Had that fixed up.
What is it that you love about it? What characteristic of this Fiat really grabs you?
Just the mid-engine. Pretty rare, you know. And, I call it the poor man's Ferrari, which it looks like it a bit, but it just goes like anything. It just flies, you know.
This job of Classic Restos over many, many years and many, many episodes, you just never stop learning. You could be 99 years of age and you could be 199. There's just no way in the world you ever stop learning. And you don't realise how little you know until an exotic car comes along, something that you haven't had much to do with. Some of the brands, styles and shapes in the United States of America, for example, when I've been on tour there with Mark from Shannons. At the end of the day, you think to yourself, goodness me, you've gone from not even knowing that a certain car exists to then knowing something about it.
That's right, yeah, you're right too, mate. Like not many of these left now. You don't see many at all.
All right, buddy, will you take care of yourself? And look, I really do admire this little Fiat, and I think watching the show as well, you could appreciate how much fun that one guy could have in this car. 40 years of age, the vehicle. Les, yeah, a bit over 40, Les is. It's still a remarkable car, which I think, is testament to the Fiat.
Yeah, that's it, mate, yeah. Bertone, you know, they build good bodies. Yeah, but it's terrific, it is, mate.
Good on you, Les, you keep enjoying.
You, Fletch, and you take care.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you. What the car means to me? Everything, really. After 40 years, mid-engine, Targa, take the roof off, put it in the front. Start the rain, pull the roof out, put it on, and off you go. so easy and compact, good on petrol. Just fine. Everyone looks at it. So I say, holy geez, look, poor man's Ferrari on the road. I say, yeah, it is. It drives well, 5-speed gearbox, goes really fast, mid-engine, good balance. Because you've got the, being a mid-engine, balance good, and you've got the water bottle at the front with the battery, same balance, so the balance good, and it just goes like anything, really quick. Well, the Italian style is one of their own, isn't it? You know, like especially Bertone. Bertone, he designed Ferraris, Lamborghinis, what else, Alfa Romeos. You know, he's a real good car designer, Bertone, and that's to have a look at it. It's so good, and has a design on its own, which you don't get in normal Australian or European cars. I mean, English cars, but that's what's so good about it. Otherwise, it's great.
The Mini Cooper S is a real classic. It won the Monte Carlo Rally 4 times, plus the Bathurst 500.
For us, it's like the Italian job every time we drive it. You know, Michael Caine racing through the streets of Turin.
The good thing is, Shannons really understand our passion.
That's why Shannons insure our classic, our daily drive, and now even our home.
Call Shannons on 13 46 46. Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
They may not be making the classic Holden anymore, but the legacy lives on. You can still have a Holden certified service using genuine Holden and AC Delco quality parts at over 180 centres across Australia. Go to holden.com.au to find your nearest centre. Book your Holden in, maintain the pride. Own a classic? It just has to be insured with Shannons. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannons a call for a quote and a chat on 134646? And if you're yet to discover the Shannons Club, it awaits you with their in-house productions, such as Shannons Club TV, Legends of Motorsport, Driven, End of an Era. You can catch classic Restos there as well, along with a host of other really cool stuff, as Australia's largest automotive online hub. For more information, visit shannons.com.au. Welcome back. Time now for an absolutely stunning 1959 Beetle. How are you, Kate?
I'm well, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for the invitation here.
No worries. Welcome.
This car, wow. Tell us the deal. Where does it go back with you?
Well, we've had it for a little over a year. We purchased it from a guy in Sydney who had it for 18 years. And he bought it from the original owner, and she bought it brand new. So it's an Australian delivered car, 1959, and my favourite colour, green. So ceramic green it is.
Kate, no expense spared. Every attention to detail on this Beetle has been considered. Let's start with the interior. Beautiful houndstooth and the trim there.
Yes, so I think that was done by Pro Stitch. So that's my favourite pattern, houndstooth. So I have, all my friends will know everything that I own is houndstooth. So it was, yeah, a good match.
It is lovely. On the floor, the carpet work, it's just beautiful work.
Yep, beautiful. Love it.
Taking the eye from the carpet up to the steering wheel, Porsche 356 wheel?
Correct. So that's my favourite car. We're a big Porsche family, so maybe I mentioned that to my husband that he should buy me one of those, and I think that's as close as we got was the steering wheel in the Beetle.
You got to start somewhere. Actually, the cost of the wheel is probably worth more than the whole car.
Probably.
So, Kate, do you get it out much?
We do. Little Sunday drive here and there.
Isn't that lovely? Look, it's gorgeous. This is a great example of a restored Beetle. And again, it's the car that standard, rat-rotted, original, customised. The Beetle, you can just do so much with.
Correct. It's been fully restored, but original colour, so ceramic green. It still has matching numbers, so engine chassis. Yep. So that's, yeah.
That's a nice little plus, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay, Kate, tell us about the wheels. What's going on there?
So they are custom wheels from the US. I believe they're called the air-cooled wheel.
So that's air-cooled, not air-cooled, right?
Correct, yes. Yep.
Yeah. I love the rake of the car. I love the way it sits, just that little bit of stance there, the neg camber in the rear, on the tyres there, the way the wheels fit under the rear guards. It's just a neat-looking car.
It is. It's perfectly rounded. It's got all the right curves.
Now, Kate, can you tell us anything about the engine at all?
I believe it's a 36 horsepower. She's fully original, so numbers still matching. So
that is awesome. And have a look at the engine. It's done beautifully. Once again, I mean, you can't have an engine that doesn't look nice when you've done a full resto in a car like this. It just has to suit, and you have done that perfectly. It just looks remarkable.
yes, it would be good if it had a little turbo in it, but she's good.
There you go. She's looking for a little bit more go faster, aren't you?
Correct.
Kate, I have to make a comment too. Pretty cool plates. Were they easy to get?
They came with the car.
Oh, there you go.
Very easy.
That's a bonus. No doubt about it, Kate. There's a whole list of stuff that's been done to this car. Just a quick list here, I guess, of a few things. All new rubbers and seals, the German-made running boards and bumpers, all new electrics with LED rear lights. Of course, we've talked about the custom rims made in the United States of America. Of course, new Yokohama rubber. We've got hidden front indicators and original semaphores as well. Bare metal paint restoration to original colour, and that's L419 ceramic green. How cool is that? A whole other list of stuff on the interior, the drivetrain. This is when you go to this extent, when you do a restoration like this, Kate, you've really got a serious car. You've got a car that's going to serve you for many, many years, and you should have a blast with it.
Definitely. We'll keep it in our family for many years, I think.
Good for you. Well, on that note, Kate, I want to thank you for the opportunity to feature this brilliant Beetle here today. It's been a lot of fun, and as you say, I'm sure you're going to enjoy this car for many years. And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me on Classic Restos.
Good on you, Kate. Thank you.
Thanks. This car, it's just a beauty. Like, my favourite colour, my favourite stitch, the Houndstooth. It drives perfectly. I take it out on the Sunday drives and play my tunes. It's it's a beautiful, beautiful car to drive for its age. This car is my little escape. I can take her out and forget the world and relax and just drive. I often wonder whilst I'm driving what it would be like. The original owner bought it in 1960, she bought it, but just how it would have been like for a lady to buy her first brand new Beetle. It feels like, to own a classic car, it feels like I get to own a bit of history, and to have it fully restored to, original. It's pretty special to have that in my family, and know that we'll keep it for probably ever. So it's really nice to have that.
Well, there you have it. That's a wrap. I hope you've really enjoyed this week's episode of Classic Restos, featuring Mick and his outstanding 1972 convertible Benz. And then we had Les and his sporty 1981 Fiat, and rounding off today's show with Katie and her delightful 1959 Beetle. Until next week, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching. You can like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/ClassicRestosTV and watch catch-up episodes at shannons.com.au. Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons, where you can sign up to be a member of the Shannons Club, your local Holden certified service centre. Pace Farm, the enjoyable egg, and Heron Forbes Machinery House, where you can buy online.